No snacking, this is a council meeting.
Good evening and welcome everybody to the regular Gilbert Council meeting of February 9th, 2021. It is now 6 o'clock PM. I'll have the clerk do a roll call, please.
Councillor Heitzman. Here. Councillor Skenzich.
Here.
Mayor Oberstar.
Here.
Let the record show Councillor Leone and Councillor Pulis are absent with notice.
Thank you. We have established a quorum. Next, would you all rise and help me open with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
under God, indivisible.
liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have, I don't see any additions to the agenda tonight, clerk? No? Okay. All right. Let's approve the city council minutes of previous dates of January 26, 2021. That would be the council working session minutes.
I'll make that motion to approve. I'll second.
Motion by Councillor Heisman, supported by Councillor Skenzich, to approve the January 26, 2021 city council working session minutes. Any more discussion, corrections, deletions, or additions? I've looked at them in order as well. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries 3-0. January 26, 2021 city council regular meeting minutes. I've looked at them.
I'll make that motion to approve those meetings. Support.
Moved by Councillor Heisman, supported by Councillor Skenzich, to approve the regular city council minutes of January 26, 2021. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries 3-0. All right, next we have public input. Anybody in the audience on TV? Deputy Clerk Sandra, would you please let me know if anybody wishes to speak on TV, virtual, or on the phone? And I'll take care of the people in house, all right? Nobody there? We have Mr. Leo Skirbick up at the podium. Leo?
Okay, basically what I want to do is approach the council, share with them past practice and ask for directions which way to go. This is on behalf of the West 40 RV Park. Now, in the past, the policy has been, and I can show you records, the fact that we are a seasonal operation. I pay all the utilities, all the bills when we're operating, and we shut down, I close the gate. Then we go, in the past, for the last 17 years now, we've been going to where I pay a minimum for the base electric. I think the garbage was on there and some taxes. So it came to $37.17 or something a month. So I get the bill and now we shut down beginning of October. And I'm trying to resolve the right way. Now I did some research and I have one of two ways to go with this. In the past, we would just pay the minimum base rate. It came to $37.50 for the winter months that were shut down. And then when we open up again, then we pay the full rate because we're a seasonal operation. It came to my attention yesterday and I got upset. So I figured I got to do some research. And it came to me that I don't, the policy is for the snowbirds, if you will, when they leave, Sam or one of the crews go out there, shuts the water off, and they don't get charged while they're gone. Then when they come back, they pay $100, turn the water back on, and you pay the full rate. I take it now, it was city administration to treat me the same way. Well, I've been a fall guy or whatever you want to put it. I've been paying the greater rate, comes to about $37 a month during the 7 months we're shut down, so that, whatever that comes out to. Versus just pay nothing over the winter months if you shut me off, and then pay the $100 re-hookup fee, and then you go on from there. So after researching it, I see it, well, geez, I've been paying all this stuff. And I'm not complaining, it's a way of doing business. One of two choices. Do I pay the $100 in the spring and pay nothing during the winter when I'm shut off, or do I pay the continual $37.50 or whatever it comes to, you know, over the closed months? So I'm of the opinion, hey, it's better for me just to shut the damn thing off, and I'll pay you the $100 and we'll be done. And then while I'm shut down, I pay nothing. But I can't see doing it both. I was told, well, I gotta fill out this form and then they'll charge me $100 for hooking up in the winter, in the spring again. We have come to an understanding, and you can ask Sam, the first couple of years he went out there and shut the water off after we were done with the operation. And in the spring, he turned it on. Well, I've got my own shut-off valve. The city doesn't have to get involved. They never have got involved for the last probably 12 to 15 years because it's an extra job for the city. They don't have to do it. I have my own shut-offs right by the building that takes care of it. My water line is buried 7 feet in the ground, not a problem. So I'm looking for a sense of direction. What is the will of the council? How do you want to handle me? As I have been doing it for the last 16 years, or pay nothing during the winter months and pay the $100 in the spring like you do for the snowbirds. I can live with either one, but I can't do both. That's my argument. So what is your wishes, or what do you recommend? You know,
Leo,
it's up in the air.
you're paying that $37, but actually nobody's shutting nothing off.
Right. And they don't go turn it on in the spring either.
And the meters do work, so if you were using anything, that would be.
Extra
That would be coming, you would see that in the spring anyway,
when we're operating.
yeah.
So I'm just saying, I can't have it both ways. It's gonna be one or the other. It
And
can't
you-
be both.
you're
I'm
saying-
perfectly fine with just going on the way we have been, where I pay the $37.50.
And
If
you're,
it's
and you're
to the-
shut off, but you're not really shut off.
Right.
Okay.
That's why I paid just the flat electrical, the base fee, which is $15, and I think the $18 was for garbage. Well, as I understand it, for the snowbirds, when you shut them off, they don't pay the base for the water, for the sewer, and the garbage. So the city's losing money if you do it with the $100 re-hookup fee in the spring. I'm fine with either one, but we gotta resolve it. You know, I've been perfectly happy to pay the city the minimum, that's what it is. If you don't want it, then let's just go to $100, and that's fine too. That's to my benefit, whatever you wanna do. But I can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
But you've been doing this for
17 years.
17 years, and you're okay to pay like
I'm okay to pay the monthly like I
$300,
have.
almost $300 versus $100.
Right, that's what it comes down to.
And like I say, if you were using anything, it would show up in a meter that works.
I
in
pay the
spring.
base fee. Should I go out there in the middle of winter, turn the light switch on? It'll catch up in the spring. I'm not getting by with nothing. The meter's still gonna roll, and I'll pay it once we operate. So what's the will of, what do you guys determine is, what do you wanna do? But I can't do it both. It's gotta be one or the other.
What do you got, Jim?
It's totally up to whatever customer for the city of Gilbert. It's your service is on. It's available. You go flip the switch, lights come on. Go hit the water faucet, water comes on. It's available. You pay the the fees,
base.
pay the fees just like everybody else, your base, your usage, all that good stuff. And, or if you're a snowbird or you want to shut off your utilities, you can have shut off. We don't charge any of the base fees or usage fees, of course, because you're shut off. But when you go and turn back on, you pay the reconnect charge.
Right.
So it doesn't, it's not both, it's one or the other. It's totally up to the resident.
Right.
But here's another part here. You're paying a base fee, right?
I'm paying a base fee all
And-
12 months.
And you're paying, and you're not shut off.
Right. Because I shut it off on private property.
But Sam does not read no meters
Nope,
in those 7 months.
nope.
So you're getting charged just the base without, not reading a meter. Nothing's shut off, technically.
Right, if there's nothing shut off, then the monthly charges are the monthly charges.
That's what I'm,
Nothing changes there.
that's the $37 he's talking about.
That's the base fee for the electric.
Yeah,
We haven't paid from day one that I operated.
that's what he's.
Winter
talking about.
months, we don't pay for the water and the sewer, not the base rate, not the usage or the garbage.
So, well, so everything is fine there, right? Everything's
Yeah.
fine so far, right?
Well,
But
You
nobody's
did-
reading the meter, so there's no kilowatt added on.
did you say the
Maybe-
water is shut off?
I shut it off every fall,
So,
but Sam doesn't have to go out there.
Right.
See, we've got on a right of way, there's a city shut off valve. And on my property, I have a shut off valve. Well, Sammy, for the first before Sammy even, 1 or 2 years, the city would go out there and shut it off. I said, why? I'm shutting it off. Don't worry about it. It's down in the ground 7 feet. It's not gonna freeze. So we quit doing that. He doesn't have to go out there in the spring and turn it on. He doesn't have to shut it off. There's no involvement of the city workforce. That's what the $100 came in for the snowbirds. Because they gotta actually go out there and shut it off in the fall, and then you could pay a re-hook up in the spring, the $100.
okay, I think I got a handle on it here. So you shut it off yourself
Yes,
and you want no charges on that because you're shutting it off yourself. And because you're turning it on yourself, you don't want to pay a reconnect fee.
exactly.
That's what I'm hearing?
That's why we paid the base fee for the 12 months.
No, that's not what it is. He's not getting the $100 charge either. He's getting a base rate for everything.
Not on the water and sewer, he said. It's shut off and then he doesn't pay water and sewer base, correct?
Correct.
And he's not paying the reconnect. So that's different than everybody else.
Well,
So
which one you want?
you get, there's 2 programs. You stay on the utility system, you pay the base fees and the usage fees if there are any, right? Or you shut off, we don't charge any base fees or usage fees, but when you turn on, you pay the reconnect fee. It's one of 2 ways. It's not a hybrid
But
because,
he turns it on. City don't turn it off.
yeah, I know, he turns it on and off himself and doesn't want to pay the base fees because he's turning it on and off himself. So that would be different than we're doing for everybody else. So I think that's what we're saying is you're looking for some clarification on if
I'm
he can,
looking for clarification. How do you want to handle it?
he would be the exception to the rule.
Yes, I have been for 17 years, and it's worked just fine. There was no city labor workforce involvement. There just isn't. But, at the same time, it's only a seasonal product, and I'm open for 5 months, shut down for 7 months.
Well, I wouldn't know.
One or the other.
I wouldn't use the term exception to the rule only because it's been done this way for 17 years already, if that's true, okay? So the rule has been done this way for 17 years. We have a policy, what you're talking about, you're speaking about, yeah. And that's how it's been done with everybody else. And here's how it's been done with this person for 17 years, and he wants to keep it the same.
I'm fine with keeping it the same as it has been, but I can't do both. I shouldn't pay a monthly winter rate and then pay a spring hookup rate. That's
Nope.
ridiculous.
Nobody's asking him to pay both.
Sure.
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other.
Right. It's not both. It's never both. I hope I can tell you it hasn't been both since I've been here. I hope it hasn't been both for 17 years.
Okay.
No, in the past, I never paid the hookup fee in the spring. It's never been an issue.
Well,
I just turn it on and we start When the meter starts spinning, I
Yeah.
start paying.
So this is what he was saying yesterday, he's getting charged at 37 and he's gonna get charged another $100.
No, that's not true. That's not accurate. If that's not how it should have been conveyed to you.
Well, it was conveyed to me because the gal in the office said, well, in springtime, you're gonna have to pay the $100 hookup fee. Why? I didn't unhook. to begin with.
Not if you're paying your base fees throughout the season,
Now we're getting somewhere,
Right. I'm looking for clarification. I'd like to keep the policy we got, keep on going the way we are. I'll pay the 37.17 over the closed months, and it's to the city's advantage because I'm using zero service for those 7 months.
Yeah, he's officially shut off, okay? But he's paying.
Technically, I'm shut off.
Yeah, but you're not shut off because nothing's off, but you're paying
The
the
city
base.
didn't turn the valve.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the only difference.
Yeah.
And many years back, when the city implemented the snowbird policy, they had a policy, well, geez, you gotta send the city crew out there to shut them off, then to turn them back on.
Yeah.
That's where the $100 fee came in.
That's not
what it's all
happening.
about.
But that's not happening.
That's not happening.
I know.
all right, so,
I'm fine with just staying the way I am.
in the base fee summary, if you keep your electric, your water, your sewer, and you have your base fees and all your fees, right?
No,
$82.90 a month. That's what it is now. That's what it is now. It's $82.90 a month for the base fees for electric, water, water debt service, sewer, wastewater treatment plant upgrade, sewer debt service, and garbage. Everything is $82.90.
right.
That's what it comes up to be.
But in the winter months, I have been only paying the 37, which is it $15 for water base and $18 for the garbage? Why I'm paying for the garbage when I'm not being used, I don't understand, but I've been paying it just to keep peace in a family. It comes to $37.50 with the water, with the electric base fee and the garbage and the tax. That's where the $37.50 or 37 something comes in.
I got it. So you're paying the electric and you're paying the garbage,
Right.
base fees. You don't want to be paying the sewer and the water base fees, which is
Right.
why you're
I
asking
haven't
to
for
shut it off.
16 years, why do I start now?
He hasn't been paying that, but it's off, but it's not off. He turns it on. It's off, but he turns it on as well.
Right.
That's why when the city deals with the snowbird, they shut the water off, and when they shut the water off, they don't charge them for the garbage, they don't charge them for sewer, they don't charge them for water
That's
Okay.
correct.
and electric. I don't think they even charge them for electric, I don't know.
Depends on what they shut off. It's up to the resident.
Well, but they'll usually just shut the water off,
It's up to the resident, but yeah, whatever the resident wants shut off, we shut off.
yeah,
And if they're shut off, disconnected,
basically, yeah.
okay, then they're not charged the base fees or any of the monthly fees. But when they're reconnected, when they start back up again, they pay the reconnection fee. That's what happens with everybody except for
Me.
Leo.
It's a business, it's a separate entity, it stands on its own, it's not a snowbird, it's, you know,
So is that an adjustment to the policy or the fee schedule the council wants to do?
Well, I understand this all. It goes back to the 17 years thing again, so.
I started out that way with Gary Mackley. They set it up. You can ask Mary Olson, who's retired, but they set it up and I've been paying that way forever,
I would,
you know.
I would just say, if the council got any questions, councilors, just absorb this information and we'll bring it up another time.
I don't care, but
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
I'm fine if I don't get a bill over the winter or if you want me to keep paying that minimum or whatever, but it's not 87 because when you shut off, you don't pay for the water and the sewer.
But if you're shut off, then you have to pay the reconnect. There's the issue.
Well, would you rather have me pay the $100 in the spring, or would you rather have me pay the $37 for the 7 months I'm not there?
That's your choice. You're the resident. We'll do whatever you
Well, but
want.
I would like to clarify from the cities, what policy do we want to go on?
And he'd rather pay the 37, which is at about $300 worth for 7 months, 200 something versus $100.
Take your choice. I figure it's got to be resolved one way or the other.
Yeah.
Never been an issue for 16 years, and now it's an issue, so
Like I say, I don't want to get into a big debate over this right now. I want the council, if they got questions to ask, and anybody to Jim or to Leo right now, and then maybe we take it up again another time.
Perfect.
You got something, Bob?
Yeah, how many snowbirds disconnect? Do you know that offhand?
No, I don't.
I didn't even think we had that in place anymore.
We do.
there's about half of that.
And remember what the base fees go for. You know, that goes for our employees. And even if you're not there using them, those base fees, I believe, should still be charged to these snowbirds because our employees don't go anywhere. They're still getting a salary and insurance benefits and everything else. So these base fees should be paid by everybody regardless if they disconnect or not, in my view. That's just my opinion. Because you have to pay for the people that are giving you the
You're saying
service.
the water is there to the shut-off valve. The service is there. If it goes beyond that shut-off valve, it's not our problem.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're also paying 100 disconnect and 100 reconnect, right? You
No.
should be.
No.
Just one.
Well, you should be paying 100 disconnect and reconnect, so at least we recoup some of that money.
Well, we'll just pay it 50/50 then, maybe, 50/50.
Yeah, that makes no sense. You know, it's because we're losing money and we have to pay our employees and the base fees pay the employees, and you're letting these people get away with not paying the employees for the service that they're gonna enjoy when they come back,
Well, there's
whenever they,
something for the Water and Light Board to hash over at the next meeting.
well,
If you should change that.
I
Okay?
believe we should. I don't believe anybody should ever get a breakout fee.
Put that on agenda if that needs to be revisited somehow. Okay, council, any questions, or do you want to? I would take no action on it today. Think about it. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Mayor, I just have one question for Leo. So as we sit now, what do you have? What services are out there? Electric only?
Electric, water, sewer, when I use them.
No. What are you paying for? What do you want? What do you disconnect in the wintertime?
Shut the water, I shut the water off, and because I'm not there, the understanding was with previous administrations, I shut the water off, I pay the minimum, which is the base rate for the electric, $15, I believe. And I've been paying the garbage, I just noticed it the last couple of days, I didn't know what that $37 was for, I just paid it. I looked at it, researched it, while the garbage is on there, so I've been paying for garbage 12 months a year, which I don't have a problem. Now it's gonna go up probably a little more. Anyway, so I pay for the base rate with the electric, because I got a meter there, and we don't wanna pull the meter, because then you'd have to send MPNL out there or whatever.
That garbage bill is, if you got a house there and it's paying property taxes, it's paying garbage. If you're there, if it's there or not.
So
So,
I'm paying for the base rate for the electric and the garbage. And the tax, so it comes to 37 something.
Or else-
Bills, I'm more than happy to share them with you if you want to.
or else the council could just say,
The other thing you gotta consider, and it's public record as far as I'm concerned, we generate for the city of Gilbert over $8,000 a year in utility bills. I pay that. So now you're gonna hit me for more or what? I don't buy it. If I have to, I'll close the doors and walk away, then you got zero.
Mayor and Council, I'll just reiterate that nobody's paying both. They're not paying base fees throughout the year and a reconnect fee. That does not happen.
well, that's why he's coming here. So we could just say, keep it as it was. If he wants to pay the base, if he's using anything, and we're not reading the meter the 7 months, it's gonna show up in the spring anyway,
Right.
so.
Mayor, I got a question, I guess. So when spring shows, or when spring comes, if your meter's registering, do we then retroact for all the base fees for the months that we would have been closed? If that meter's showing that things have been
He's
used?
paying it anyway.
I'm paying it when,
Nope.
when you read the next, you read the meter and read first or whatever.
He pays every month.
Your
It goes up.
base fees I'm talking though, The stuff that wasn't paid over the winter,
I pay the base fees all winter long, the $15 base fee electric, I pay it every month.
just the electric and the garbage, not the
Electric and
water,
the garbage.
not the water sewer.
The water and sewer, 'cause I'm not using it.
But if they come out there, because you're saying you shut the valve off yourself for your property.
Right.
They come out, they read your meter, they see that water has been used throughout the winter. At that point, do we then have to retroact base fees for the months that you weren't going to use it?
Never happened in 17 years. I don't go out there. I don't
Just
use
putting
it.
out a scenario, that's all, I mean,
It could happen.
right?
I don't know.
I hear what you're saying.
Otherwise, I have no problem continuing like you're saying. I don't have an issue with it, so.
I just wanted to bring before the council so that we have one policy set in place,
Either he wants to pay the
one or the other.
$100 and forget about these other things. And- But the meter's gone, or something's gone.
And that's what we're trying to get to. We want to get to the same place, and that's one program for everybody. That's what we're trying to get to. And if we continue as is for the last 17 years, not paying sewer and water base fees throughout because he shut it off himself, then he has the service out there. It's not paying the base fees. That is different than everybody else who's on a program who has the services available all year long. And so if we want to go with one program, then we have to make a change.
How do you handle the snowbirds?
If they come in and are disconnected, then their services are disconnected. They have no base fees. And when they reconnect, they pay the reconnection charge.
That's $100.
Yes,
So they charge, they pay no debt service also?
that is correct.
In 1950 they don't pay, and then the other debt services, another 1090?
That is correct. That's correct. When they're disconnected, they are disconnected.
The sewer bill still has to be paid, so how can that be?
But they're not a customer.
That doesn't-
Hold on, guys. He's just going by the policy of Gilbert. He's just doing his job. All that stuff, if it needs to be changed by a recommendation from the water light and changed up here. He's just doing his job. He didn't set those things.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
trying to understand how it is working now. And to me, that's very unfair. to the
So,
rest of the people that-
That should be looked into, but he's just going by what's on the books right now. How Gilbert's been operating, that's how we operate. So I think, Leo, what you're saying is we'll just take off that 37 and just stop charging you that and then charge you $100 in the spring.
Whatever you want, but it's right now, I'm just paying like I have been. If you wanna just disconnect me, shut me off, fine, I'll pay nothing, then springtime I'll pay $100.
You're okay with that?
That's what you want.
Okay, well,
You can't have it both ways.
yeah.
It's what you want. You're the resident. And you filled out the form to disconnect the water and sewer. You did that. You didn't fill out the one for electric. So in the scenario where we are right now with what you've given us, you'll continue to pay throughout the winter for your electric. And then in the springtime, when you turn your water back on, you'll pay the water reconnect because you're not paying those fees now because you've disconnected the water.
I go by what you're saying, so I should pay nothing then now over the winter, or what?
For your water and sewer, you've disconnected those.
Yeah.
So you will not have a water and sewer charge on your bill throughout the winter. You're still going to have electric because you didn't disconnect electric.
The base rate,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. I'm fine with that, but I can't have, then you can't charge me a re-hookup for.
You'll get charged rehook for water, not for electric. They're different services, so there's different disconnects on them.
You're charging me for something you're not giving me. You're not sending a city crew out for nothing. And for the $100 disconnect fee comes in,
Well-
the city has to send somebody on a snowbird to shut them off and then rehook them. That's what the purpose of the $100 fee was for. That's all it's for. They're not disconnecting their sewer and their water, their sewer line is not disconnected, their electric line is not disconnected. Meter's still in place on but they're just disconnected, because they're down in Arizona or something. That's the policy the city set up 20 years ago or whatever it was, you know?
Well,
The only reason that $100 came in is because the city had to send out
here's
a
a,
man to turn the water on, off.
I would recommend that Leo and Jim get together and come back with a recommendation to the council in another meeting, okay? How's that?
I'd recommend that we bring this up next Monday, I think it's the week from tomorrow, is our water and light board, we'll discuss it, and then we'll give a recommendation to.
Very good, very,
How's that?
very good. And I know Mr. Skirvik wants to have this thing equitable and fair, I know.
Resolved
Yeah,
at some
yeah,
point.
yeah,
It can't go both ways.
yeah.
One or
Mark,
the other.
I know, we're missing that one thing, I think you can clear that up, okay? Mark, you have something?
Nope.
I know there's one thing that you're not, I see where, one more clarification needs to be in there. Councilor Skinsich.
So if the city crew went out and actually shut you off,
They charge $100.
then it'd be the $100.
Right, but they're
And
not
that's the-
going out there. There's no need for it, because it's all private property, whereas the city has to go on city property or alleys or
And
whatever.
Boulevard, yeah.
Right.
On the road.
That's the policy that's been in the city.
$100 was because the city had to send out a man to shut them off in the fall, turn them back on when they come back. That's the $100 fee. Has nothing to do with what lines are, nothing's being disconnected. The electric meter's still there, and the snowbird, like myself, when they come back, if they have a light switch on or a furnace on, they pick up the bill, it's higher, they pay.
And again, if there was any change in that meter, water meter, if it was turned back on, anytime during that 7 months, it would be reflected in the meter if it was working,
Right, except for the base fees would be gone.
I had
So
a dream about this, doggone it. You ever had those things where you dream about something? I had a dream about this thing. Really. But anyway, I think it'll be cleared up real easy. We're just hanging up on this $100 reconnect thing, where you're not understanding that it doesn't matter if you did it or if city did it. That's where our hang up is.
The devil in the detail is how the city ordinance
Yeah. Let's,
stated. That's what I want to go back.
it'll be cleared up in your next, you take it up under the Water and Light Board and recommendation and bring it back to the council again, okay? That took a good half an hour. Thank you, though, for bringing that up. And other things were brought up too, so. We'll move on. Any other input by anybody else in the audience, on TV, on the phone? Deputy Clerk, you see anybody? Okay. All right, City Council and Mayor reports. Councilor Heitzman, you have anything?
No, sir.
Thank you. Councilor Skinsich,
Nothing at this time.
thank you. I only have that we had our city task force on school property meeting here on February 3rd. We had about close to a dozen maybe in here in the audience. I don't know how many on virtual we had, but so we have a good response, and more people can join in as the year goes on. And we had a good discussion and informative, and that's going to continue on with Northland Foundation being the facilitator of this group on, I think it was on the next meeting, March 16th, they want to meet up at the school, media center, and tour the school. And the school was, superintendent was here and Bill Addy was here for the school, and they were okay with that. But I like to form tonight, it's the only big piece of business I have to say. I want to appoint two counselors that are going to serve 4 years here, Counselor Heitzman and Counselor Skinsich as the reps of the council at these meetings to answer questions by the people, or you ask questions of them and then report to the council on those meetings. And you can do this on Zoom at home. You don't have to be at the meetings. There'll be Zoom numbers that Deputy Clerk will be advertising on a board or on a newspaper when these meetings are. So you don't have to be in person, okay? So I wish to appoint Counselor, I hope you don't turn me down, Counselor Heisman and Counselor Skinsich to represent the city council at these meetings with the school task force committee on determining what the city council should do by the end of the year. I'm pretty sure we're gonna take all of the land for sure that they want to give us. We'll take that. But the question is, do we take any buildings left standing and then be responsible for that? And we have uses for that. That's the task of the committee to check. Right now, we're gonna get everything empty for sure, and I think the council would accept that. There's no burden to the council on that, except for putting the land on insurance, and that's empty land. No big burden to the taxpayer on that. The burden of the taxpayer will take over $1 million here, $1 million there, $1 million there, versus building maintenance, upkeep and all that. That's the burden, and that's the job of that task force to determine where Gilbert should get involved with that. So my appointment is Mr. Heisman, Mr. Counselor Skinsich to represent the council. So I need a motion, if you guys accept, to take that on. You got 4 years, and it's gonna be probably 4 years or 3 years before they leave that empty up there anyway, so.
I'll make a motion that Counselor Skinsich sits on that committee along with myself.
I'll support.
A motion by Counselor Heisman, supported by Counselor Skinsich to approve the mayor's appointment of Counselor Heisman and Counselor Skinsich to the as representation liaisons for the council to the committee involved with the determination on what school property or facilities are Gilbert, City of Gilbert should be looking into acquiring once the school is finished with that property up there. I have no use for that property anymore. Right? I did say that worded right? Pretty sure it's all in there. You guys accepted appointments? All right. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, city attorney, everything else is going good. We're waiting for snow. Hopefully we don't have no water line breaks with this cold weather, and hope everybody's safe. So, and the snow as a minimal. So we have the city attorney on there somewhere.
Yep, I'm here, Mayor.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, this is my Wi-Fi access here. My computer's down across the street, so
Okay, there you are. All right, I see it all.
And just to confirm, I know the council had
Oh,
questions about the previous bid question
Parked across the street.
with Mr. Lindsay.
Hold on, mister. Somebody's got to be on mute somewhere. Can somebody check their mute button?
I think he muted himself now.
There you go.
But to answer the mayor's question regarding rejecting the bid, the council can reject the water tank bid if it makes that choice and put it out for rebidding. I was able to talk with Mr. Lindsay during the breaks.
All right, okay, thank you. Yeah, that'll be coming up shortly. And we just say we want to go out for new bids, that's all.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you also have, and that's coming up on, down in new business, our ordinance for blight and all that kind of stuff. This is for the I&I inspection and for the blight too, right?
That's correct. And today would just be the introduction of that, and then it will be put on future agenda meetings for the first reading. and for the
Okay.
rest of the process.
Right, okay. Okay, I have nothing else. Anybody else on council? Attorney? All right, thank you, sir. City Engineer John Jamnick.
Yeah, thank you. One agenda item is the IRB Campground Grant. I've been working with Jim and Sam. Sam and I went through over some plans, some ideas of what we wanted to do and open it up about 5 or 6 more full service campsites. Adding a pavilion to the down by where the playground area is, down at the campground, and some electrical extension. We've got a cost of about $185,000, and we'd like to ask the IRB for a grant, which would be a 50% match. So the city's share would be half of 185, or about $92,000.
Recommend the council go ahead and
Apply for the grant, yeah.
authorize John to go ahead and apply for this grant.
Make a motion.
I'll support that.
Moved by Councillor Skinsich, supported by Councillor Heitzman to authorize city engineer to go ahead and city clerk to apply for that grant, IRB grant for the campground, with all those bits of detail improvements. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Anything else, John?
No, just a couple other agenda items. Thank you.
Okay. Chief of Police, Ty Teacher. Hey, Ty, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. The only thing I have this evening is the agenda item for the ordinance, if there's any questions on that. Other than that, unless the council has questions of me.
Like I said, it's just like our attorney said, it's just introduction that we have it in hand, and it'll be taken up in more detail in future meetings. I think everything is there. I just want to know if the Light Committee got a look at it, and the Water and Light Committee, did they get a look at it for the I&I person involved? So if not, I hope they get copies of it so we can, before we finalize it, we can get everybody on board on it, okay? Sure. All right, this is an introduction now, and I'll be reading it the next couple of meetings. And if there's changes to be made, let's get them done, okay? All right, anything else, Ty?
Nothing near.
Anybody for Ty, anything? Other than thank you all for your service, Ty, and your squads. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Works Director, Sam Lotiger, there you are. You're off.
There we go. How's that?
Okay.
All right. I really don't have much for a report other than that we've been busy working at City Hall, a couple guys, and then a couple guys on snow removal. Couple sewer water issues here and there around town. We got those fixed, and hopefully we get through this cold is all I'm hoping, without any other issues. But we met today at the water plant with Kevin Young and SCH. So they're going to come back on, I think, the March meeting and ask for recommendation, with the list, and have kind of a cost estimate for the stuff out at the water plant to get rebuilt. That is a needed thing here. So that meeting was today, and then we met with Jim and John today to go over some Scantech items, and got some guidance there on a few issues, and Other than that, I just have agenda other than, I guess the water plant roof repair. I can go over that right now. I got a quote from Range Cornice for, I believe it was, $1,200 and something dollars. Where is it? I don't, Range Cornice right there. $1,291. There's a few leaks, or wait, yeah. Pricing to remove the ice and snow and locate roof leak on by the lower exhaust fan and upper roof drain would be $1,291 is what I'm asking for the council to approve me to get fixed. Is what I'm looking at doing.
You got a total of $3,187.
Yeah, I was
right?
hoping they could get all of the roof repairs done. But I think we should just try to get this $1,200 repair back done and then have them come back and give me a quote in the summertime.
Okay. I recommend the council go ahead and do this $1,291.
I'll make a motion for it.
I'll support.
Moved by Counselor Skinsich, supported by Counselor Heitzman to go ahead and approve payment, approval of authorization of $1,291 to Cornyn Range
Cornice.
Range Cornice and Roofing Company for repairs on the Whitewater plant roof. This is not a total replacement. We got some leaks up there. And
Yep.
we're gonna do some spotty repairs, right?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Any more
And then
Any more discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. You're good to go there, Sam.
okay, thank you. The other thing I see is the ground storage water tank bids is under my my name here.
We took that under considerable time at the last working session. I think the council's gonna go out for rebid. And John, you understand how to, so we have to make a motion to reject this thing first, this bid, and then make a motion to go out for more bids, right?
That's correct. Should be two motions.
Yeah, two motions, one to reject this bid, and then another one to go out and authorize John to start bids all over again, right?
That's correct. Yes.
I'll make that motion to reject all bids at this time.
I'll second that.
Moved by Counselor Heisman, supported by Counselor Skinsich to reject all current bids in for the water tank. Groundwater tank bid, all groundwater tank bids that we have received, reject them all. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Next, let's authorize city engineer and city clerk to go, and Sam to go out for a rebid. You can, like you said, do it electronically and whatever, right? Go ahead.
Yep.
Would that be authorizing KLM or
Yeah, it should be.
it should be authorizing KLM?
Oh, yeah, they had the contract. They're gonna be the,
We'll work with them. Yeah.
authorize John and to work with KLM, yeah.
It's,
Yep.
All right. Make a motion to authorize KLM and John to go out for future bids.
I'll make the motion.
They are the main contractor for both things.
I'll support that motion.
Moved by Counselor Skinsich, supported by Counselor Heisman to authorize KLM to go out for more bids with help of a city public works and city engineer and city clerk. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries 3-0. Okay, boom, 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 done. What else we got there?
I have nothing but agenda.
Counselor Heisman, go ahead.
Any luck coming up with any information or pricing on that manhole sniffing device?
Yes, we have. I didn't get it done in time for the council meeting or when the council package went together. There's a few questions me and Tara have for another manufacturer. We want to make sure we get the right one and it's the right thing before we bring it to council. So, yep,
Thank
we're
you.
working on it. It's roughly, the one estimate we got is about $6,000 for both the sniffing device and the kit that goes with it for the testing and whatnot. So, but it's roughly, the first price we got was $6,000. So I'll have that I'm hoping the next meeting, we should have everything figured out by then. So
Thanks for moving forward with that, Sam.
yep.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Heitzman. Yeah, you jog my memory. I need 2 questions I need answered. How is the plant running with any more contamination down there? And are we having polymer being put into the system? And how is it basically running? How is the wastewater plant running?
It's been running so. The polymer they just started to have to add. I believe the other day, on Wednesday, they started adding polymer. It was starting to foam up a lot, so that's when they realized they got to add the polymer. I don't know how much they have to add, or if they're adding empirically every day now, or if it was just a one-time shot. As far as the plant's overall running, it's been running somewhat smoothly, with issues coming up here and there. That we had a meeting today with John and Jim about some of the issues, and we got to talk with Scantech in our weekly meeting tomorrow. So we're going to bring up some more or some of those problems, and we'll wait to hear back from them.
Okay.
So there's ongoing issues. It's not nothing with the workmanship of the plant. It's more how it's operating, I guess.
Okay, I have Commissioner Ponton needs to speak. Yes.
A question about adding those other cassettes or the other membranes. Where does that stand? I thought that was supposed to be done by March, the last I had heard. What's going on?
There was, and maybe Jim could inform you on that better than me. I know they sent a letter back to Ovivo from the lawyer, and I think they're waiting for a response. I don't know. That's where that is, I believe. Right, Jim?
That's in a legal, that committee I set up to appointed to take care of that. I don't know if they're able to speak on that or not. Are you able to speak on that issue? Can't speak on it. It's under legal advisement and all that kind of stuff. Okay? All right. Any more for Sam by the council?
No.
There's been hemming and hawing going on, Bob. Okay? Library Director Sewell.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Okay, we are halfway through our winter reading, and there's still time to sign up. We have no challenges. We're very simple. Bring back the book you've read and get chocolate. Bring back 3 books, you get 3 chocolates, and they're the good ones. Everything's been going beautifully. Everyone's following all rules. Everything is perfect. We're having more and more requests going out. And then the only thing that's different is that there's the tax preparation at the Thunderbird Mall. And we had people, and it's very cold, coming to the library because they don't have a computer at home. They don't know how to work the computer. They don't know how to get an appointment with the AARP volunteers. So I put the site onto our computers, and then I put an announcement on Facebook that if you have a problem, if you want help getting your appointment, call us. Boy, did that work out well. I was busy all day. Older people calling. And I can do this right from my computer. It's very simple. It's your name, your birth date, and your zip code. And you get to pick your appointment time. And we just tell you what day. You know, how do I want to say this? We repeat to you what you picked, your day, your time, and we give you your confirmation number. And that's it. And people have been so thankful for not having to come out in the cold and for having somebody help them. So I can say that that's been working very well. And I have nothing but good things to say about the library.
Thank you for being open and being COVID protection for everybody, people, patrons, as well as employees there. And
Oh,
you're
yes, we're
open
trying.
and providing a service, and people are appreciative of that. And I think you said it's going well, so that's good.
Very well.
And hopefully it continues.
Oh, cross your fingers.
Any questions by the council for Sue?
Thank you, Sue.
Everybody
Most
says thank
welcome.
you. All right, and thank you for being so patient and sitting at the.
Of course.
No. All right. Executive Administrative Clerk Jim Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you will see the Deferred Assessment Resolution 2021-04. And this is a resolution to set a public hearing on deferred assessments for the Sparta Infrastructure Project. That was, the first assessment was done, or the first set of hearings and council action was taken on April 22nd, 2008. There were a handful of parcels that were allowed to opt out of this assessment. And we've identified the 5 parcels that are left that would be subjected to this deferred assessment being reinstated. So I'm asking the council to take a look at the calendar to set a hearing date. And so we can get this, this part of the assessment active again.
There's no resolution to pass tonight, is there?
Yes, the resolution is to set the hearing date.
Just set the hearing date. Yeah.
Correct.
So doesn't it have to be the next 30 days anytime now?
We can set the hearing anytime now. We'll need time to get it in the newspaper, and you know, that's at least 2 weeks. We got to do some mailers to some folks. So I would suggest that the earliest, you know, the end of March would give us plenty of time to get this hearing set.
End of March?
End of March would be the earliest. I know we're looking for calendars that have multiple months on there. So
I think Closures has those little small ones we used to have stuck on here. You see where the blue is here?
Yeah.
That's where we have to go get them.
it's a good idea. We'll see if we can find some for the council.
February and March are the same thing anyway, so February and March are the same thing. You want the end of March. So can we have it before the regular meeting? We're almost,
On the 23rd? I don't see why not.
or have it on March 30th. How's that?
Tuesday, March 30th, that would work fine.
Tuesday, March 30th at 6 o'clock. So somebody want to make a motion on that?
I'll make a motion for Tuesday, March 30th, 6 PM.
I'll second.
Motion by Counselor Heisman, supported by Counselor Skinsich, is set into to approve the date for the public hearing on where's my agenda here? For the deferred assessment resolution 2021-04 for March 30th at 6 p.m. Any more discussion? Set that date, that hearing, and advertise. And everybody will be notified that needs to be notified, right?
Right.
Okay, let's set the date, March 30th, 6 p.m. 2021. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, anything else?
Just agenda items, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Anybody, any council members, have any questions for Jim? Other than what's on the agenda, any other things on your mind? All right, knowledge boards and commission minutes. We have the planning and zoning commission minutes of December 7th, 2020. And only one recommendation after that is approve do the minutes first, then we have to do a recommendation to approve the change of their time from 7 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. then on the first Monday of each month, from 7 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. That'll be two different motions, one for the acknowledgement of the minutes and one for the change of time.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting December 7th.
Moved by Councilor Heitzman, supported by
I'll support.
Councilor Skinsich to approve the minutes of Planning and Zoning Commission of December 7th, 2020. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries 3-0. And then they would like to move their time from 7 to 6:30 p.m. on the first Monday of each month. So council approval on that?
I'll make that motion to allow them to change the time.
I'll support.
Moved by Councilor Heitzman, supported by Councilor Skinsich to approve Planning and Zoning Commission change of time from 7 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. on the first Monday of each month for the regular meeting. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Old business, wastewater treatment plant update. We had some from Sam already. Do we need any more? Okay. Highway 37 update. We have a Zoom meeting coming up with Doug on Friday. What time is that again?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Okay. So we'll know more about that. And any more to speak up on those two issues? Old business? No? Okay, fire department purchase requests. Jim, you want to talk about that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Fire Department is asking for approval for the following budgeted items. Truck 2-topper paint. We have a estimate from Ron's Body Shop in the amount of $1,264.40. Fire pager, estimate from DSC Communications in the amount of $600.50. Wildland Gear, Ultimate Safety Concepts in the amount of $1,225. And I spoke to Fire Chief, and he wasn't sure if a representative would be able to join us on Zoom, and I don't believe we have one on there. Anybody on Zoom wish to discuss this or talk about this from the fire department? I didn't see anybody up there. These were all items that we did discuss when we were doing the budget, Mayor, so they are budgeted items. I would recommend council action on these.
I recommend council go ahead and approve these all at one time for a total. If you got the total for that? No?
I'll make the motion that we approve all 3 of these budgeted items for the fire department.
I'll support.
Moved by Councilor Heisman, supported by Councilor Skinsich to approve the items as listed, 3 items, $1,264.40 for the topper paint, truck number 2 topper paint, Ron's Body Shop, fire pager, DCS communications of $600.50, and wildland gear, ultimate safety concepts in the amount of $1,225. As budgeted. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both say nay. Motion carries. Okay, introduction of ordinance number 2021-01. Just a draft here. Like I said, I'd like to have copies go back to the Blight Committee and Water Lake as it deals with this other one over here. Does this go together with the 2021, this other draft of the description for the land order? Yeah,
Page 1. No, that is for council's information.
okay. 2021, it deals with the peace officer and our task force and the community task force. And it deals with the I and the blight, both issues, right?
I don't believe this deals with, we're not changing anything on the blight or on the I ordinance. This is the duties of the city officers.
And or committee task force.
Right.
One or
This
the
is for
other.
your blight. This is for the blight committee that we're attempting to get going.
This is for the blight one, for the police officer or a person, committee task force, designated by the city council. Right. That's that one, that's the introduction to allow the police department or a person or task force designated by the city council, which we set up that task force. Introduction of 2021-01, right? Ordinance. That's an ordinance, not a resolution, no. Oh, okay.
Correct. That's an ordinance change.
Ordinance change. All right. It's introduced, so we have to make a motion to have that as introduced.
No action at all.
We're gonna make note of it in the minutes and, okay, we're on. Okay. Water and Light Board appointment, phone person, come forward and wants to be on the Water and Light Board is Mr. Brad Scott. I wish to appoint him to the Water and Light Board. He's actually a new owner of the Gilbert car wash down here too. Been residing in Gilbert up on the hill for a few years now, up on Kennedy Park area. And I wish to appoint Mr. Brad Scott to the Water and Light Board.
I'll move. I'll support.
Moved by Councilor Skinsich, supported by Councilor Heisman to approve the appointment by the mayor of Mr. Brad Scott to the Water and Light Board. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Any miscellaneous?
Mayor, just to clarify that appointment to the Water and Light Board, that term will expire 1/31/2024. That is for a 3-year term.
3-year term, yeah. Thank you. No other miscellaneous things that came up during this meeting that you think we should touch on? Not an addition, but it could be addition at the end after our meeting here. Something that you think we should not wait another meeting for. Okay. All right, approve the payments of bills and payroll upon the proper order by the clerk and the mayor.
I'll move. I'll support.
Moved by Counselor Skinsich, supported by Counselor Heitzman to approve the bills and payroll upon the proper order by the clerk and the mayor. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. I don't think I skipped anything. Move to adjourn at 7:10.
I'll move. I'll support.
Moved by Counselor Skinsich, supported by Counselor Heitzman to adjourn at 7:10. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Good evening.